Economic progress sometimes imposes heavy social and human sacrifices on the population. This is currently the case in the Ivorian economic capital during the construction of roads and transport infrastructures. We look at the construction site of the urban metro in Abidjan, where local residents are faced with the demolition of their houses. A report by Mark Camara.
Buildings around the Abidjan urban underground construction have collapsed like a house of cards and have continued to fall apart over 37 kilometers inside Abidjan. The inhabitants were asked to leave their homes without any notice, claimed this widow, driven by fear for her children's schooling. For her, it is her whole life of more than 40 years that has just vanished.
We are worried. Where should we go with our children? Even if I could ask my parents to help me, everyone has their own properties. These are my grandchildren. They can't be enrolled at school. Where do I go with my children? I can't go against the state. But I wanted to stress that they are the people of law enforcement. Before you tell a tenant to leave your house, you have to warn him. I've been here for 40 years.
Near the camp of the 43rd Infantry Battalion of the French Navy in the seaside town of Port-Bouët, more than 150 families are concerned out of a total of 13,000 households affected by the project. The local residents do not intend to give up. They have formed a collective to defend their rights and interests.
In our meeting with the Minister of Transport, he told us he could not go beyond December. I took it upon myself to say to him that our children are in school. Our grandchildren are in school, and they have the right to be educated. So if the minister cannot go beyond December before evictions or the departure of residents, what happens to our children, our grandchildren? Today we ask, well, we would like our government to divert the underground passage. It's so simple. It's cheaper than killing 150 families, which is maybe 1,500 people.
Around this project to decongest and open up the suburbs of Greater Abidjan, the despair among the inhabitants can be strongly felt. According to this 72-year-old pensioner, 2 people have already died since this announcement was made in her area.
You see this lovely lady in the picture? When she heard the announcement on August 23rd that we must vacate the premises on August 25th, she couldn't stand it. After a nervous breakdown, we buried her. We ask the President of the Republic not to abandon us. We are his elders, and he must not leave us in the streets.
Numerous road and infrastructure construction projects are underway in Abidjan. And according to this architect, they should transform the Pearl of the Lagoon's silhouette.
Abidjan is already reviewing all its infrastructures. We are adapting new districts, new infrastructures that allow a more fluid expansion for the greater Abidjan that was planned. The urban metro will contribute to the aesthetics of the city. As architects, we shape cities. Any building we create, whether a residential building or a building with a functional purpose, commercial or whatever, it's necessary to provide a new image for the district.
Transport represents the third major expense for Ivorians. According to a World Bank report, traffic jams caused the country to lose nearly 5% of its GDP in 2017. The Ivorian Company for Managing Railway Assets assures that all those affected by this project will be compensated. According to the company, this project offers an economical alternative to a capital suffocated by traffic jams and long commuting distances to connect neighborhoods.
Despite all the infrastructure built in recent years, the underground comes on top of the various solutions implemented to increase mobility in the city of Abidjan.
Accroître la mobilité de la ville d'Abidjan, et qui dit mobilité dit forcément performance.
And mobility necessarily means economic performance of the city. So it is very important that this line can enter circulation quickly.
Tout le monde aura gain de cause à partir du moment.
Everyone will be successful as soon as these people come to us with reliable documents.
Avec des documents fiables. J'en parle parce que notamment en ce qui concerne le foncier.
I say this because many own land but don't have the documents to allow us to recognize their ownership.
Nous permettre de leur reconnaître leurs droits.
The Abidjan Urban Underground should be operational in 2025, which is good news for users, who should represent more than 500,000 people per day.